The story begins in the dark kingdom of Nockmar, where the evil Queen Bavmorda learns about a prophecy. A special baby girl will one day end her rule. Scared of losing her power, she orders all pregnant women to be captured and all newborn babies to be killed immediately. But one prisoner gives birth to a baby girl with a royal mark on her arm. Before dying, the mother begs the nurse, Ethna, to save her child. Ethna risks her life, hides the baby in a basket, and secretly escapes. When the queen discovers the baby is missing, she kills the mother and sends her own daughter, Sorsha, to find the child. Ethna travels for days through snowy mountains, but soon two deadly demon dogs chase her. To save the baby, she places her on a small raft and sends it floating down a river while she herself is killed. The baby drifts into a forest where two little Nelwyn kids, Renan and Mims, find her and take her to their father, Willow Ufgood. Willow refuses at first, but his wife Kaya feels pity for the child and brings her home. Slowly, Willow also grows attached to the baby and decides to protect her, even if it breaks village rules. Next day, Willow takes his kids to the village fair. The great sorcerer, High Aldwin, is choosing a new apprentice. Willow dreams of becoming a magician, so he takes the test, but fails like everyone else. Suddenly, a demon dog from Nockmar attacks the village looking for a baby. Nelwyn warriors fight it and kill it, but everyone knows the creature was searching for something important. High Aldwin gathers the villagers, and Willow shows the baby he found. He believes the monster came for her. High Aldwin decides the baby must be taken to the Daikini people for safety, and he chooses Willow as the leader of this mission. Willow's friends Migosh and Burglecut join the journey. Before they leave, Aldwin gives Willow magic acorns that can turn anything into stone and tells him he has the potential to become a great sorcerer. Meanwhile, the queen sends her strongest warrior, General Kyle, to assist Sorsha in finding the baby. On the other side, Willow and his small team reach the Daikini border, where they meet a man locked inside a crow cage, Madmartigan. Burglecut gets scared of him and suggests giving the baby to this prisoner so they can all return home, but Willow refuses to trust him. Still, Burglecut convinces the warriors to leave, and they all go back, except Migosh, who stays with Willow. Willow and Migosh wait all night for the Daikini army, but no one arrives. The next morning, Madmartigan is exhausted inside his cage and begs Willow and Migosh for water. Willow feels pity and gives him some, but suddenly he sees hundreds of riders approaching. Among them is Eric, Madmartigan's old friend and commander of the Galadorn army. Eric says their kingdom is under attack by Bavmorda's forces and they must return quickly. Madmartigan pleads to be freed, but Eric refuses, saying Madmartigan was caught stealing and only cares about himself. The army leaves without helping. Willow asks them to take the baby, but no one listens. Left helpless, Madmartigan makes a deal. If Willow frees him, he will safely take the baby to Galadorn. Willow doesn't fully trust him, but he has no choice and releases him. Madmartigan promises to protect the baby and walks away with her. On the other side, Willow and Migosh head back toward the village. But Willow feels uneasy. Soon he hears the same baby crying in the forest. The brownies, tiny mischievous creatures, have taken her. While trying to get the baby back, Willow and Migosh fall into a brownie trap and faint. When they wake up, they are tied up and the brownie leader, Franjon, is ready to punish them. But a glowing forest fairy, Sherlindrea, arrives and stops them. Sherlindrea reveals the baby's name, Elora Danan, and says destiny has chosen Willow as her protector. Willow must take Elora to the distant kingdom of Tirasleen, where a kind king and queen live. To reach there, he must first find the sorceress Fin Raziel. Willow accepts this mission. Next morning, he sends Migosh back home and continues the journey with two brownies, Franjon and Rule. After traveling through the woods, they reach an inn. Brownie Rule goes inside to get milk for Elora, but a huge bar fight breaks out. During the chaos, Willow tries to escape and accidentally discovers Madmartigan hiding in a secret room, dressed as a woman to avoid an angry husband. Willow gets angry and blames him for losing Elora earlier. Before their argument ends, Sorsha and her soldiers storm the inn. She immediately suspects Madmartigan, and when she sees the baby with him, she demands to know if it's his child. Madmartigan tries to keep his disguise, but Sorsha sees through it and orders her men to take the baby. Madmartigan escapes with Elora by jumping onto a wagon. Willow, Rule, and Franjane chase after him as Sorsha's soldiers follow. Soldiers climb onto the wagon, and Madmartigan lets go of the reins to fight them off. The wagon shakes violently, and with too much weight on the back, the wheels break. Mardigan and a soldier hang off the side until the brownies cut a rope with their tiny axe, making the soldier fall. The chase continues as another wagon attacks them with metal stars. Mardigan grabs the reins again, swings a heavy flail, and knocks down the enemy riders one by one. After the long chase, Mardigan prepares to leave, but Willow begs him to help find the sorceress who can protect Elora. Seeing the baby's condition, Mardigan finally agrees. The group finally reaches the island where Finn Raziel lives. Willow thanks Mardigan for his help and says goodbye. He hands Elora to the brownies and takes a small boat to the island. There he finds a talking possum, which is actually Finn Raziel, transformed by Bavmorda's curse. Raziel tells Willow that he must use Cherlandrea's wand and speak the reversal spell correctly to restore her human form. Willow still doesn't know real magic, but he brings Raziel back to shore. On the other side, as soon as they return, Sorcia's soldiers surround them. Princess Sorcia orders that Willow, Mardigan, and the others be taken to Nockmaar as prisoners, unaware that Brownie's Rule and Frangine have escaped. After a long journey, Sorcia's troop sets up camp and locks the prisoners in cages. That evening, Raziel tells Willow he must try the spell immediately. She needs a few drops of his blood, so she cuts his finger. But when Willow speaks the spell, it goes wrong again, and Raziel turns into a crow this time. Willow loses hope. At that moment, Brownie's Rule and Frangine arrive to rescue them. Frangine tries to open the lock with his spear, but Mardigan gets impatient and starts smashing the cage himself. Annoyed, Rule hits him with his magical love powder, making Mardigan fall into a silly love-struck trance. Eventually, the brownies manage to free them. Willow and Mardigan rush to the tent where Elora's hidden. They find her, but Mardigan is shocked to see Sorcia sleeping on the same bed. Because of the love spell, he instantly falls for her. Sorcia wakes up, pulls her dagger, and orders him to surrender, but Mardigan, completely under the spell, confesses his love instead. For a moment she is confused, almost moved, until the soldiers spot Willow holding the baby. Thinking Mardigan tricked her, she orders everyone captured again. But during the chaos, Mardigan grabs a dagger, kisses Sorcia, and cuts down the tent supports. The tent collapses, giving Willow the chance to escape with Elora. Outside, Mardigan fights off many soldiers, showing his true skill as a warrior. Willow is amazed, but there's no time. Mardigan tells him to climb onto a shield, and both slide down a giant snowy mountain to escape. After traveling for hours, they reach a small village, but General Kell and his army arrive soon after. To protect Elora, Willow and Mardigan hide in the basement of a cottage, where they meet Eric and a few surviving soldiers. Mardigan blames Eric for leaving him locked up, but Eric reveals most of his men were killed and he barely survived. Meanwhile, Kale's forces begin looting the cottage, and Sorcia discovers the entrance to the basement. As she enters, Mardigan grabs her and holds her at dagger point. The group decides to take Sorcia as a hostage to keep the journey to Tir Asleen safe. Eric helps them escape by holding off his own soldiers. Crossing the icy mountains, they get stuck in a maze of rocks, but Raziel, and still in animal form, guides them to the correct path. Mardigan keeps Sorcia on his horse, but the moment she finds a chance, she hits him hard and escapes into the mountains. On the other side, the knight tries to stop Sorcia from escaping, but Raziel warns that General Kale and his army are close. So the group keeps moving and finally reaches the kingdom of Tir Asleen, a place frozen in magic, where the queen has turned the entire city into ice. While searching the castle, Mardigan accidentally steps on troll droppings. Now Willow's only hope is to turn Raziel back into a human. But the spell backfires again, and this time Raziel turns into a sheep. Meanwhile, Mardigan explores the armory and returns fully suited in armor, carrying swords, shields, and a crossbow. Suddenly, he sees Kale's army arriving at the castle gates. Mardigan quickly shuts the gate and sets traps. Kale orders his men to cut trees to use as battering rams. Willow tries to take Elora to safety, but two trolls block his way. When Willow uses magic on one troll, it transforms into a horrible creature that falls into the lake and grows even bigger into a two-headed, fire-breathing monster. As Kale's men break into the castle, Mardigan fights bravely, using a barrel as a shield and firing the crossbow. When his arrows run out, he prepares for the worst, but then sees the soldiers retreat in fear as the giant two-headed monster charges toward them. The whole battlefield turns chaotic. Kale's soldiers are fighting Mardigan, and the monster is attacking everyone. Willow runs toward the tower with Elora, but a troll jumps in front of him. He uses his magic acorn, but it slips and turns part of the bridge into stone instead. The troll attacks, trapping both of them on the stone bridge. But Willow climbs up just in time, and the monster devours the troll. Another troll attacks Willow, and he screams for help. Hearing him, Mad Mardigan climbs onto a catapult and launches himself through the air, landing directly on the troll. Willow thanks him, and a knight hands Willow a sword so he can defend himself. Mad Mardigan then jumps off the bridge and slashes the monster's neck. The two-headed beast roars in pain and throws him off. He falls right in front of Sorsha, but instead of fighting him, she is moved by his bravery and suddenly kisses him. The monster tries to breathe fire again, but the sword stuck in its throat blocks the flames. The fire explodes inside and the beast finally dies. However, General Kale escapes the castle to find the baby. On the other side, Eric arrives outside the gates with his remaining soldiers. With help from Roule and Franjon, he joins Mad Mardigan in the fight. Inside the tower, Willow is cornered but bravely defeats several soldiers while protecting Allura. Suddenly, Kale appears, grabs the baby, and orders his men to stop Eric's army. He then rushes to Nockmaar Castle with Allura. Willow breaks down, but Mad Mardigan promises they will get Allura back together. Meanwhile, Kale reaches Nockmaar and hands the baby to Queen Bavmorda. The queen immediately prepares her dark ritual, planning to send Allura into eternal oblivion so her evil rule can never be challenged. On the other side, Willow and his team reach the castle, but the gate is locked, so they set up camp outside and plan how to enter. At night, they get ready to attack, but Queen Bavmorda appears on the wall. When she sees Sorsha has betrayed her, she becomes furious and uses a powerful spell to turn everyone into pigs. Only Willow is safe because of his magic wand. Raziel, still stuck in animal form, tells Willow that he must turn her human or they will all die under the queen's magic. Willow keeps trying the spell, and Raziel changes into many different animals, but he doesn't give up. With full focus, he finally does the counterspell correctly, and Raziel returns to her human form. She quickly calls everyone into her tent and uses her magic to turn the whole group back into humans. Then she casts a protection spell so the queen can't attack again. But they must still find a way inside, because Bavmorda has started the ritual to trap Allura's soul forever. Eric loses hope, saying the gate can't be broken, but Willow suggests a risky plan to sneak inside. At sunrise, Kyle comes out to check the enemy camp and finds it empty. Only Willow and Raziel are standing there. They challenge the queen openly. Kyle orders his soldiers to capture them, but as soon as the gate opens, Willow beats his drum with the wand, and Mad Mardigan and the soldiers jump out from hiding and attack. The plan works perfectly, and everyone rushes inside for the final battle. On the other side, Sorsha takes Willow and Raziel through a secret passage to the queen's chamber. She begs her mother to stop the ritual, but Bavmorda calls her a traitor and orders the guards to attack. Sorsha defeats them easily, but the queen uses magic to throw her toward a wall of spikes. Raziel saves her at the last second. Then Raziel and Bavmorda begin a fierce magical duel. Raziel gains the upper hand for a moment, but the queen suddenly strikes back, knocks her down, and tries to steal her staff. Their battle fills the whole room with chaos, putting baby Allura's life in danger. Outside, Eric fights General Kale alone, but is killed. Seeing his friend fall, Mad Mardigan goes into a rage and attacks Kale. After a brutal fight, Mad Mardigan finally kills him and runs inside to help Willow. Inside, the magical fight continues. Bavmorda overpowers Raziel and knocks her unconscious. Then she sees Allura is missing. Willow is trying to escape with her. Bavmorda blocks the exit with magic. Willow throws a magic acorn at her, and it begins turning her hand to stone, but she reverses it instantly. Willow hides Allura behind the rubble, but Bavmorda threatens to kill them both. Willow steps forward, holding the child, and claims he is a great sorcerer who can send Allura to a place where the queen can never reach her. He does a trick, waves the cloth, and Allura disappears. Bavmorda gets furious. While trying to cast her spell, she knocks over the sacred dark mixture needed for the ritual. A powerful bolt of lightning strikes the room, and the queen is sucked into oblivion forever. The battle is won. Willow reveals he didn't use real magic, just a clever trick. Allura was safely hidden behind the rocks. His courage and quick thinking saved everyone. The next day, Willow is honored as a hero. Sorsha and Mad Mardigan promise to raise Allura with love and rule their kingdoms with justice. Raziel gives Willow a spellbook so he can continue learning real magic. Willow happily returns home, where his family and village welcome him proudly. And that's the Willow. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more movie explanation videos.